Hi guys, Righteous Rumor back again with part 4. It's getting longer than I thought. Part 4 of why people believe the world will end tomorrow, not tomorrow, very, very soon, okay? Please watch the first 3 videos, or this will not make sense to you, okay? So I ended the last video talking about how certain global events have to be in place before the temple in Jerusalem can be rebuilt. And I talked about how everything is lining up. Everything is already ready, prepared. And the only thing they have to do at this point, I think, is put the temple back together. But all the sacrifices, the priests, the artifices, the artifacts, all those things are already ready. The Ark of the Covenant, they say they know where it is. 2 people say they know where it is. 2 rabbis say they know where it is. So all they have to do now is just put the temple together. I don't know how long it takes to do that. Now, some people say, oh, the world, that's not true because there's one little problem. One reason we know the temple cannot be rebuilt because there's one issue, okay? There's an Al-Aqsa, I may be pronouncing it, Al-Aqsa temple, okay? This is mosque. It's an Al-Aqsa mosque, okay? And they're saying that as long as this mosque is still around, you can't build the temple because I guess where the mosque sits is too close to the temple where the temple will be rebuilt. So I'm going to show you all a picture of that here, okay? All right, so forgive me if I'm wrong. So here is Mount Moriah, okay? Y'all please forgive my nails. My nails are just... So there's Mount Moriah where the dome on the rock, the dome of the rock is, and then here you'll see the Al-Aqsa Mosque right here, okay? The Al-Aqsa Mosque. So they're saying that I guess the temple goes here. They're saying that they would have to move this out the way, okay? So they're saying that there's no way in the world these Muslims will agree to tearing down their mosque that you can build your Jewish temple, okay? And some are even saying that the reason that that October 7th Hamas attack, they're saying that was tied because they said when those red heifers came into town, they knew that, okay, y'all trying to do something, y'all trying to start something, we're gonna put the end to that. So some are saying that that's why Hamas attacked on October 7th was because they took it as a threat for them to have those red heifers. That means you're all planning on tearing something down, okay? This is not what I'm saying, it's what I've heard online. I'm trying to find another picture of the mosque, okay? All right, so again, you see here, that's the Dome of the Rock, big gold circle, and then this is the Al-Aqsa Mosque, okay? But they said just recently, this is a new development. I don't know how recent, days, weeks, or months, or whatever. But they said the Saudis have said, the people, the Muslim community in Saudi Arabia have said that the Al-Aqsa Mosque is not that important to us. It ain't that important because it's not even towards Mecca. So the Muslim people, they pray towards Mecca. It's a certain, I think it's like a big black cube they pray towards. And so they're saying this ain't even really towards Mecca anyway. We're not that closely attached to this. You can take it down. So that means that, so they don't have to worry about fighting them anymore about that. They can begin to build the temple, okay? All right. So, and then other things that are leaning towards, why people said that the end of the time can be very near as early as tomorrow. The whole mark of the beast. We talked about the Antichrist a little bit. Let's talk about the mark of the beast. So, the mark of the beast is, the mark is 666, okay? I'm going to put it up real quickly just so you can see. Let me look at it really quickly. So, that is a belief in Revelation. All right. So in the book of Revelation, 666 is the number of the beast representing a person or system of human imperfection that opposes God's perfect number 7. That's what some people believe. Historically, it was, so in times past, they would say that, it was referring to Old Testament, or a New Testament character, or not New Testament, an earlier century character. But some people believe that it's referring to a future case. It's going to be somebody who's going to come up in the future, okay? I'm trying to find the exact. Sometimes the internet don't be trying to help us when you're trying to find stuff. Revelation 13, okay. I'm going to go to the Bible because AI ain't trying to help me out. Okay. Revelation 13, 18. All right. Let's get Revelation 13, starting at verse 16. Also, it causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or the forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, That is the name of the beast or the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 666. Okay. So they're basically saying that there's going to be a mark put on every person's forehead and right hand. So now they're saying that all this new like biotechnology and all these RFID chips and all this stuff that, you know, like, have you been to Whole Foods recently? I don't know, maybe in your city, you don't have to have cash or card anymore. All you have to do is hover your palm of your hand over this little pad, and it can read your palm and it can charge your checking account. You don't have to register your palm either. It just can read your palm. I'm like, how do you know this? You can read your palm. So they're saying that they're going to put an RFID chip. I think they already put it in pets now. I think maybe in some children, they can put a chip in your hand, your forehead, a tracking device, whatever, and it can read what's in your checking account. And if you look at what's going on in the UK, they're actually protesting against this thing they're trying to do. UK, they're trying to say, we're going to start this system here. It's going to be a new currency system. We're still going to have cash. That's what they say, but it's going to be, we're going to work towards a cashless society. There's talk of Neuralink, which is a company, I guess, owned by Elon Musk. He said it'd be an outpatient procedure. They just put a little, I guess, a chip in you or whatever. I don't know what's going to be it on your face, your head, your forehead, your right hand. And everything about you will be in this chip. So your social security number, you don't have to have a separate passport or real ID, or driver license, a gun permit. You ain't got to have your work and your immigration papers. You don't have to have your checking account, routing information. Everything about you will be your blood type. Everything will be in this little chip, I guess. That's what they're working towards. So they're saying that everything is lining up. The temple stuff is lining up, and even the way, even the things about the mark of the beast, everything is lining up where it can easily happen. Okay, and when they interviewed Sister Helen Gooey, you hear about her in the other videos. She talked about how God talked to her about the mark of the beast, and he said it was starting in the UK, and he said 2/3 of people will just willingly, easily accept it because they don't love Jesus anyway. 1/3 will reject, and they say it'll go to China and other countries. It will start to spread. So God showed her about the mark of the beast. So people are saying that God wants to take the church out of here before all this stuff kicks off. But the technology is already here. It's already, I think they said Elon Musk even said something about mRNA technology, where they say they can actually like change your DNA, put something inside. He's on camera saying this. They can actually change your DNA structure, reverse aging. So it's a transhumanism movement. Look into that. It's another topic for another day. Transhumanism movement. So they say everything is lining up for this mark of the beast. So they're saying that he has to come soon because this stuff is happening very, very soon. Okay, it's happening very soon. I'll probably do more video, which I got all my notes covered. Okay, I covered that. Okay, last thing I'll say about the mark of the beast. Okay, the demarcation between the first and the last halves, the first and the last halves of the tribulation period is made by the Antichrist stopping the sacrifices and offerings being made to God in the new temple that he allows the Jews to build during the first 3.5 years. The first 3 years. Then he will set up an image of himself and proclaim himself God, and that is when the Jews realize they have been duped and that the Antichrist really starts in on them. This is what divides the 7-year tribulation time period, not the rapture. So they're saying that, remember I said, let's say my face is 7 years from here to here. They're saying that 3.5 years in, the Antichrist is going to say, hey, guess what? Let you build your temple. Guess what? I'm God. And he's going to set himself up, you know anything about the temple, like there's a place called Holies of Holies where you can't only the high priest can enter, or only like a holy priest can enter. And it was so sacred by being holy. They would actually put bells. They said I heard they put bells on the little ends, the tassels of the priest, that when he walks in, if he's not living holy, if he's not purely cleansed, he would drop dead. And when they heard the bells stop ringing, they knew, okay, drag him out. They had a rope to pull him back out. They couldn't go in and get him because they weren't pure enough. They had to pull him back out by the rope because it was so serious about how pure the holiest of the holies must be. And so they said the Antichrist is going to enter into the holiest of the holies and say that he's God. That's the most sacrilegious, blasphemous thing he do at the temple. And so they're saying that after he does that, the Jews will realize that they were duped, and then the 3.5 horrible times will start. So again, y'all, this is part 4. I'm going to do one more video, hopefully just one more video. Thanks for watching. Watch the other 3, then this one, then the next one. See you later, guys.